Oh, yeah.
I hope anything he does never succeeds.
Yeah.
And I hope that you go with the nano tyrannis into the dust. I hope that they discover and come to their senses that nano tyrannis is not its own species, and they completely forget about you.
I love the bass.
Back again.
Why am I so loud?
Gets me so pumped up.
Am I loud?
You're not loud to me. Are you loud?
Maybe it's my headphones. Holy Lord. Did I?
I have no snare in my headphones.
Wow. Hello?
Oh,
Hello?
you are kind of loud in the.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead and do it again.
Yeah. Speaking. Talking.
Speaking.
Speeching. Doing things with my mouth and making noises.
That should work. You were you were up kind of loud.
I was.
But
Hi.
hi.
What's happening?
Welcome.
Welcome.
To another episode of the Itchy Sweater Podcast. We are your humble servants, Tyrannosaurus and Mechanesis.
Mechanesis, baby.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but I like it.
It's a new dinosaur.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're going to get right into it, baby. I got some good news.
knew
It's
you were
great
excited
news
about
for
this.
me
Yeah.
and boring news for you.
I just want to know what it looks like. That's all.
I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so we have discovered, and by say we, I use we collectively.
We did.
I use we as me and you.
Yep.
Have discovered
In a sandbox.
new Tyrannosaurus, probably a new Tyrannosaurus Rex in New Mexico. So they have found a skull.
No shit.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, you were telling me, I think you were the one that told me that there's fragments and stuff still out there. Isn't that where it hit?
Oh, it the.
You were telling me like last weekend
the
that
meteor hit the Gulf of Mexico.
Gulf of Mexico, and you can
That's
still
why they're
find
big. Yeah, you can see.
Yeah.
You can see like where you can see like the impact zone
Yeah.
spot, and it is believed to be why Mexico looks the way it does, how it's curved.
So we found it in New Mexico, so just kind of north of there.
Yeah,
Okay.
because remember Pangea happened, like because
the big ass one continent of
yeah,
the
it was like
world.
to be just one big landmass.
Wouldn't that be nuts?
That would be kind of wild, wouldn't it?
Dude. And they say that eventually, if the world stays going the way it is, it could form all back together.
Really?
I think that's what I heard. This was a while
That would be
ago.
interesting. I would think it would like
opposite Pangea, like
reverse Pangea. That'd be wild
and
if
then
it like just
everything
came back.
crashes into each other.
Yeah. The
That's how everybody dies.
the type of earthquakes. Yeah, that's how people die. Not by a meteor, but with like just a massive world-ending earthquake.
Just a world ending. Just yep, we all hate each other. We're dead.
We all hit each other. We just collide.
Goddamn tectonic plates, you motherfuckers.
But that would be kind of wild. But we have found the skull with fragments missing of a new Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Oh, they found a whole skull. Oh, it's a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yes, and it's a
Ooh.
new Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Is it bigger?
It is probably bigger, if not the same size.
Okay.
Now this.
Well, hold on. Hold on. What was the size of chickens?
Chickens back then or chickens now?
No, back then, we were like, oh, they're huge. Was it raptors?
Oh yeah.
Okay, never
Well, there-
mind.
yeah,
I
there were
was
different
thinking
types of-
Tyrannosaurus Rexes were that. Okay.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I got the two mixed up. Sorry. Little Tyrannosaurus Rexes that run around like chickens.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I'm looking for.
Raptors, yeah.
Okay, raptors.
Or
sorry.
dromaeosaurs in general. But Velociraptor was actually very small.
Okay.
And there was Microraptor, which was basically like a big bird.
Little chickens.
Little chickens. But in New Mexico, they found a skull, and the reason they know it's a new Tyrannosaurus Rex because it lived I think a little over 90 million years before the Tyrannosaurus Rex that we know in the Cretaceous period. So we know that this is a completely different species of Tyrannosaurus Rex, that is. Because there's different, I have to specify for myself, because Tyrannosaurus is a species called Tyrannosaurids.
Saurids.
Yes. And now within this Tyrannosaurid group are different types of theropods. So a Tarbosaurus.
And a theropod is a...
Theropod is a type of dinosaur
You know what I need? I need a key. When you use
I know,
these
right?
words,
Yeah.
I need to be like, theropod is a...
Now, theropods consist of raptors and T-Rex and Therizinosaurus, like basically two-legged
Okay. Okay.
bird-like
Standing on
dinosaurs.
two legs.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, okay.
There's different ones,
Is-
but that's kind of the what you want to go with it.
Since it can stand on two legs, is what are they? Up in the air, flying around. Pterodactyl?
Oh, a pterodon?
Are those the same things?
Technically, no.
No? Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to be smart and stuff.
Flying reptiles are in a different kind of species.
Damn it.
They're technically not even dinosaurs.
Those bastards. They're birds.
Well, here's another little type of thing you can put in your key.
Okay.
All right, a
I'm not
dinosaur. A dinosaur is a prehistoric reptilian animal that had its legs beneath it, directly beneath the
dinosaur.
animal. Yes. If the legs were directly beneath the animal, chances are it's in the dinosaur family. Now, if the legs were separated outwardly, like on its side, like a lizard or a crocodile, that is not a dinosaur.
Okay.
It's a reptile, but it's not a
It
dinosaur.
still walks on them, but they're on the side.
But they're on the sides of their bodies. This is why crocodilians and alligators and lizards are not in the dinosaur family, because they do not walk like dinosaurs. Their legs
I
are
didn't
not
know that.
Yeah, their legs are not directly beneath them like a dinosaur's legs would be. Therefore, they're not dinosaurs.
But they're still.
But they are reptiles.
Are they still
just like dinosaurs are
a
reptiles?
dinosaur back then, though? Technically,
They're just prehistoric reptiles.
okay. I would still call it a dinosaur.
Yeah.
That's just being
And then you had stuff like Dinosuchus,
Dinosuchus,
which means terrible snout,
big old sniffer.
big old crocodile.
Yeah.
But even though it's technically not a crocodile.
What is the?
So there's all kinds of different.
What's the big thing that eats the dinosaur at the end of the Jurassic Park movie that comes out of the water?
That is a mosasaur.
Is that one of those? Big snout?
No.
Oh damn.
A mosasaur it's a marine reptile, which is a little bit different than.
So it doesn't have arms and legs to crawl on.
No, it had flippers.
It had flip. Okay, never mind. I'm getting my dinosaur.
Had
See,
fins,
I
baby.
don't know. You know what's gonna be crazy is one day we're gonna bring a
paleontologist.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
bring that dinosaur guy on here or girl. I don't care. I'm not sexist. I don't give a shit. Just gotta clarify. You know?
I understand.
We're gonna bring them on here, and it's
Yeah.
gonna be like how you probably felt when I brought Cody Bennett on here. You're
Yeah, I
gonna
was
be
like,
yeah, cars, they go vroom.
yeah,
I'm gonna be like dinosaurs.
yeah.
Rawr.
Catalytic converters, am I right? But
I found a tooth once. It's at the dentist office. Oh, I'm gonna feel like an idiot.
I love it. No, it's all good. We're all learning here.
Okay, so tell me more about it.
But this Tyrannosaurus Rex is a different Tyrannosaurus Rex because it lived millions of years before the current Tyrannosaurus Rex that we know of in the Cretaceous period. Now,
Really?
yes. And like I was saying, there are different types of Tyrannosaurids. You have Tarbosaurus, which is a Tyrannosaurus, but it's not a Tyrannosaurus Rex. It's a Tarbosaur.
Tarbosaur.
So you have various different. You have Tyrannis, which is a Tyrannus. Which is a Tyrannosaurid, but it's not a Tyrannosaurus Rex. So Tyrannosaurus Rex is a specific type of Tyrannosaurid.
Okay. Oh, so it's its own category.
Yes.
Oh,
so
okay.
Tyrannosaurid is a wide category that have different types of Tyrannosaurids in it.
Shit.
Just like Dromaeosaurs have different types of raptors in it.
Oh, okay.
So this new Tyrannosaurus Rex is also a Tyrannosaurus Rex, which is a Tyrannosaurid, but it's a different Tyrannosaurus Rex. Oh, it's crazy, man.
So what's it? Show me that picture right there.
This is what it possibly looked like.
It's just got dude. Those arms are freaking small.
Yeah,
it
tiny.
looks like the cranium up here.
Uh-huh.
This area looks maybe bigger, but other than that, it doesn't look different.
This is a different build. Now, Tyrannosaurus Rex was probably a little bit more chubby than this. This was a bit of a slender Tyrannosaurus Rex.
That's slender.
Yeah, well, for a
Damn.
Tyrannosaurus, it's pretty slender. Or for some Tyrannosaurs. For a Tyrannosaurus Rex, kind of skinny.
Oh, this was this. What's today? This was 2 days ago.
Yeah, they just recently found this up
wow.
during the week. So this
7 million years before T-Rex.
Yeah.
Wow. Is this fake news though? Because it
This
does
is
say
not
CNN.
fake. This is not fake news. This is actually stuff. This is Tyrannosaurus macrinensis. Macrinensis. What? Tyrannosaurus macrinensis. So we're calling it a T-Mac. Just like you had a T-Rex, we're calling
T-Mac.
it a T-Mac.
Hey!
We're calling it a T-Mac.
Tracy McGrady.
This was a relative of Tyrannosaurus Rex. The creature likely roamed Earth 7 million years before T-Rex, and we have this is part of what they discovered. That little jawbone right there.
See that bad boy. Damn! Look how big those teeth are.
Yeah. This is
that's just a picture. I bet you those teeth are probably as big as my forearm.
Possibly.
Holy
Because we also know that Tyrannosaurus possibly had lips.
Lips?
That cover the teeth. Like how you have like in Jurassic Park how you have like the teeth exposed. They most likely weren't exposed. The lips were covering them.
Mandible fossil from newly discovered Tyrannosaurus macranius.
Yeah.
Its jaw was more slender than that of the robust
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
So that's what you meant by it's a more slender version of...
You have Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah. Now, the great thing about this...
Ooh, and it would have less bite force.
That's right.
Oh, so it wasn't as terrifying as a T-Rex.
It wasn't as beefy.
Beefy. Yeah, them beefy boys, man.
Yeah.
Scary.
So the cool thing about this is, one, it's a new Tyrannosaurus Rex. That's wild, because the Tyrannosaurus Rex that we knew is the only one we knew of. So this new discovery means that there are other species of Tyrannosaurus Rex out there, possibly another one. Now, what this also means, which kind of pisses me off.
Oh, no. What grinds Derek's gears today?
There's a son of a bitch.
Oh, that son of a bitch.
I can't remember his name, but there's a son of a bitch.
That unknown son of a bitch.
Who's trying to bring back nano tyrannis.
Like how? Like they're going to make a new one?
Well, no. Nano tyrannis, we have figured out, basically. Nano tyrannis was thought to be a different Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Okay.
Or a different Tyrannosaur.
Okay.
But what we have been able to discover over time is a majority of the evidence points to the fact that this was just a little baby Tyrannosaurus.
The nano what?
Nano tyrannis.
Nano tyrannis.
We're saying, okay, that's just a little Tyrannosaurus Rex who hasn't grown up yet.
How small are we talking?
Probably that big.
That's still scary. That's like a 7-year-old coming. That's like Mason coming at me and
basically, yeah. And they were really quick.
Shit.
They ate smaller animals like little lizards and bugs and things like that. They didn't eat what their grown-up size would eat.
Obviously, you can't.
So basically, these Tyrannosaurus would go through the growth spurt from hell and become like these 20-foot plus beefy killing machines.
Damn.
Now, this scientist discovered nanotyrannus, and it was like, oh, this has to be a new species. It just has to be. They made like this papers have come out, and the Tyrannosaurus experts, and Tyrannosaurus Rex is the most studied dinosaur ever. So the 3 experts that really knew Tyrannosaurus Rex came out and was like, no, you idiot. This was a baby Tyrannosaurus Rex. You don't know what you're talking about. And then he sat in the corner for years and was like pouting and was like, nah. And then he came back and was like, no. Nanotyrannus is its own species. So I'm waiting for the experts to come with a rebuttal paper and be like, this is why he's wrong, this is why he's wrong again, this is why he's wrong on this, he's wrong on this, he's wrong on this, and he's wrong on this. Nanotyrannus is just a baby Tyrannosaurus Rex. Shut up. That is what I'm expecting to hear. I don't think Nanotyrannus was its own species, and the majority of paleontologists and paleoscientists do not believe that Nanotyrannus was its own species. I hope he goes in a closet and never comes out. It was just a baby Tyrannosaurus Rex. But we discovered a new one in New Mexico, and that is amazing.
I want to know who the guy is that you're son of a bitching.
He was also an abuser and a possible rapist.
Oh, yeah. Fuck that guy up then. I just wanted to let you know, by the way, reverse Pangea is a consistent hypothesis.
Oh.
It is called Pangea Proxima and could happen in the next 250 million years.
Pangea Proxima.
When we're older, it'll happen.
Okay.
Possibly.
So when we're older and when T-Mac comes back.
Yeah.
I love when people are talking about the sun is definitely going to explode and is going to be bad. By the way, it won't happen for like 95 million years. And I'm like, okay. I don't care.
I guess that's okay.
But it is kind of still cool knowing that this Earth is going to be destroyed and engulfed in horrible flames.
Not really.
Once the sun decides to just kill itself. So
Jesus.
Whatever that
It's
is.
going to be insane.
Yeah, they're saying it's going to be
I
millions
think
of years
by
from now.
then they'll find out how to get to the next universe.
Probably. We probably won't even be on this earth. They're going to find out, like, if they're like, oh, in the next, like, 100 years, the sun is going to explode, and we're going to have to find a way to get either to Mars or Mercury or somewhere. Both planets are seen as inhabitable at this right now, but we'll see.
I'm kind of surprised they haven't already tried to go as far as they can to find outside of this universe to find the next one.
Well, we can barely
into the next one.
we can barely get to Mars without trouble. So there's a rover there right now discovering just wasteland. Just
Fuck, get it to go past that. Let's go. Let's get to the next planet, motherfucker.
We got the Mars rover. It's up there, and it's seeing nothing but dry, mountainous land.
Well, get it off of there and go to the next planet.
The next planet is Venus, which is...
Oh, damn it. Other way. Like, let's get out of this universe.
Oh, you're trying to get out of this
I'm
universe.
trying to find these other aliens.
Oh,
that
baby.
We're aliens, too.
Listen, there's a satellite. I can't remember the name of it. It's out there, and we can't communicate with it anymore. It's so far that we can't communicate it. The last communication that we've had with it is when it was so far away, and there's that beautiful picture of just that little blue speck, and that was Earth. And it's been floating away ever since, and we've lost communication. It's so far that we've lost communication.
I really do bet you they have the idea of building I wouldn't call it the Death Star, but something like that where you can...
Space station?
Yeah, a space station where you can, what a simple name for that, right?
It's called the International Space Station.
Well, I use Death Star, you just use Space Station. Anyways, that you can not create animals, but keep doing the whole animal cycle and all that.
Oh, you want Halo?
Basically, but it's gonna move. It's gonna keep going.
Oh, it keeps going out.
It's gonna be like what's Jurassic Park? The newer guy with the rides some motorcycles. Does the thing?
Oh, Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt. That movie where he wakes up way too soon.
Oh,
Interstellar, maybe.
No, it's with him and Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, it's gonna be like that. Everybody's asleep,
yeah.
and it's just gonna take care of itself until everybody wakes up.
Okay. Maybe so.
Bet you they've thought about it already.
I'm sure they've thought about it. We just got to build it.
Yeah, no, but
we got to build it.
Thing's gonna be,
Earth is ghetto. We got to get out of here, man.
I'm saying.
We got to get out of here.
Where's that infinite life at, man?
But new Tyrannis species has been discovered. I love it.
I'm happy for
it's
you.
Amazing.
I am very happy for you.
I'm having a good time. Thank you. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
This is not a great transition, but I have a question for you.
But...
Now, I do not have children.
Oh, that's right. I'm like, what do I need to look up?
But you have kids.
I do. I have 2 lovely children.
Yes. And I'm not necessarily asking you to self-report. I'm just asking you to be honest.
By all means.
With all you know now, with the life experience that you have had and the life experience that you have had being a father to these beautiful kids, would you have kids again?
Yes.
Oh, nice. That was quick.
Yes.
So you know for sure.
Dude, I love being a dad.
You love those little rascals?
Now I'm going from freaking let's die and blow up the earth to how about them kids that are not going to be alive either?
Oh, the sun won't. It'll be there when they're adults and gone. The sun will still be there.
Okay.
It might be a little hotter.
Finish the question though. Would I have kids again?
Would you have kids again, knowing what you know now?
So like if future me went back to 23 or 4-year-old me, 25-year-old me,
yeah,
because we almost had another one.
Okay.
But Kayla's body, it was like, no.
Okay.
That was our first one.
Oh, that's right. I remember. I think you told me about that briefly before. Okay.
I'll tell you about it. So, about a year after we were married, we were like, let's just have sex and see what happens.
Okay.
Ended up, I was working at the distribution center in Stockton.
Okay.
Out in California. And found out, was like, whoa, this is crazy. Like, what's going on? You know, she'd been like, I'm bleeding. There's a clump in the bathroom. It's in the toilet. I don't know what it is. It's disgusting. I mean, it was pretty big. Mm-hmm. Well, it turned out to be I don't know the technical term, but it was the baby.
Okay. The fetus?
It was like, I don't know, super small blood clot.
Okay. I think it was I think it's called a zygote.
She, for a lack of better words, peed or pooped it out, and
Okay.
it did its thing. So
Gotcha.
we went to the hospital, found out that's what it was. Crazy time.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna try and hit a button.
Oh,
motherfucker.
Oh, that would have been bad.
Horrible transition.
That would have been a bad taste.
So we didn't try again for about another year. We were pretty pissed. We were not happy about it.
Yeah.
You know what? No, I take it back. I think it was a month.
I remember to turn your mic.
I did. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'd have to ask Kayla how long it was, but it was either like 1 month or 1 year.
Okay.
And had Mason. And dude, I thought it was the craziest thing. I was like, holy crap.
That's a little person.
That thing kind of came out of me and went into her and then did that. Like,
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, the birthing process is wild, isn't it?
Yo, fucking crazy. He was a C-section.
Okay.
So automatically, Riley was also a C-section.
Okay.
Mason's head was cocked to the side coming out.
Oh.
She tried for I want to say 8 hours. But
Dang.
no, didn't work.
Wow.
So leading up to that, my question is me at 32 now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going back to 23, 24, 25-year-old myself back then.
Yep.
Would I tell myself, go ahead, have the kids?
Go for it.
Absolutely. Dude, it's weird because
really something.
When you first have a kid, you don't realize what you're getting into. Lots of emotion, lots of, okay, I gotta, because me, I'm a very, am I an emotional person? Is that the word I'm looking
You're
for?
a deeply emotional man.
Deeply. Yeah. I would say so, because I expect, and it's weird, because the ADHD in me, I've always been this way. I'm like, I get mad because I'm like, why aren't you thinking what I'm thinking? How come you're not listening to what's in my head?
Yeah.
Why? How come you can't see what I'm thinking right now?
Yeah.
And I hate it. And I apologize to Kayla so much about it. I'm like, I'll start yelling, and I'm like, okay, hold on. I'm thinking of something in my head. You can't obviously read my mind.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
They're just trying to get a grasp of it.
This is what's bothering me.
Yeah.
But
that's a good way to communicate, by the way.
It's so tough. But I mean, I've been a dad now he just turned 7 in December.
Shout out 7.
So yeah. Interesting age too.
Yeah.
Because now we'll come home and he goes, "Hey, Daddy." Oh yeah. I'm like, stop it. But I laugh and I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
And then my daughter does it. And she goes, "Oh yeah."
It's really cool seeing the development of a young mind.
I mean, shit, you've known him for 2-3 years now.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen him, you've met him, you've talked to him, you hung out with him for a day. I mean, multiple days.
Yep.
So I mean, you've seen the development on him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I said, it's very emotional. It's very rough in the beginning for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I got lucky because I didn't really change a lot of diapers in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Kayla did it.
Okay.
She's a trooper, man. She really is.
Yeah.
Shout out to her because
shout out Kayla.
She did a lot and still does a lot.
Mm-hmm.
She's a fucking trooper.
Yeah, she's ripping and running a lot.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
But
she's got it going on.
She loves it.
Yeah.
And I'm just over here like, yeah, I'm here, guys.
Yeah.
But dude, I would never go back and say don't have kids. It is one of the coolest experiences. And teaching him things. Right now he's learning how to play video games.
Nice.
He's got a Switch.
Yeah, I saw him play a Switch.
And he was here.
Yeah.
That last episode? Something like that?
Mm-hmm. The episode that's going up today.
Yeah. Last week
when
we recorded, he was our little special guest audience
For
member.
Sure.
And his game that he plays majority of the time is this NFL game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird because you got little powers and stuff. It's not just NFL. It's like NFL plus I can turn into a giant monster and go down the field and take 4 steps and
it's
get
not
30
Madden.
yards. Yeah, it's not Madden.
Yeah.
It's like fantasy football.
Yeah.
And he's trying to figure that out. I'm trying to teach him football. He just actually yesterday, he had his this is his second season playing basketball.
Okay.
His first game of the season.
Nice.
I want to say scored like 4 baskets.
LeBron
maybe?
James.
LeBron
James.
Kobe. He Kobe'd it a couple times, so it was nice.
Nice.
But I really do think his passion is more towards football. He's very excited to try tackle football.
Okay.
Which is something they're trying to ban in California. Playing football under 12 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, crazy.
I think they're trying to crack down on those kids being concussed.
Yeah. I mean, it is what
Possibly.
it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
But did you hear that too?
Yeah, I heard a
I
crack.
don't know what the hell that was.
Maybe it was just this stuff de-thawing. I don't know.
Somebody outside their door.
Right.
Where's my chicken?
Where's my chicken nuggets? But I think that's very interesting.
Yeah.
That's a question I would like to ask a lot of parents.
Yes,
go ahead.
But I have not gotten to the meat and potatoes.
Oh, get into the meat and potatoes.
I might have gotten to potatoes, but here's the meat.
Oh, give me the meat.
You ready for the meat?
I'm ready for the meat. Give me some protein.
When you're a man,
Okay.
as me and you are,
Okay.
and you have a daughter,
Mm-hmm.
this is the best way I can describe it. But there is a part, because you know your boy is, he's another guy, but you don't think you have to worry about him as much. Obviously you do, which I baby him.
Mm-hmm.
Not as much as I baby Riley, but
Yeah.
when you have a daughter, there is a part of you that unlocks, like it's like a special achievement on a game. And what this achievement does for you is unlocks this primal rage that if you touch my daughter, I'll rip your ass to your mouth.
Wow.
It is the weirdest thing because
quite the rippage.
I did not have this.
Yeah.
When Mason was born, like I was always like, don't fucking touch my kid. Like, I'll kick your ass.
Yeah.
Now that Riley's here and I'm outside or we're at a restaurant or something, I'm always watching people, and like somebody comes up to me, I'm like, don't you fucking touch my kid.
You're already on T-Max status.
Fuck, dude. It is the weird, and I referenced this before, but there is a Joe Rogan episode where he's talking to Bill Burr about this guy that was a bicyclist, and I don't know what exactly they were doing, but she had like a sign or something, and this bicyclist came up and was like trying to rip the paper out of the daughter's hand, and she's like 12.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe Rogan like went into this weird mental state where he was like, I'll tell you, if that was my daughter and that man did that to him, I would be in a yellow or an orange jumpsuit the next day all over the news. And Bill Burr goes, she's okay. Nothing happened. Dude, calm down, Joe.
Right. Yeah.
But it's true. It
Yeah.
is the truest thing. Like, I don't know if it's just for daughters mainly, but in my case, it mainly is.
Yeah.
I would, dude, the things I would do for these kids. And I learned it from my stepdad, too. He said the same, apparently has said the same thing. The things I would do for these kids.
The things I would do for these kids.
Oh, man.
That's really something.
Yeah.
That's really
So, younger me, yes, always have the kid. As long as you can afford it and you are financially okay to do it, I say do it.
Okay.
It's fun, man. It really is. And then listening to kids laugh, I'm just like, especially my kids, I'm like, these little kids. Like, we went to Mason's. This is where I'll end it off with this stuff. But.
And Bill Burr has a son and a daughter.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I bet you they're not as funny, though.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
There was one born in 2017. That was his daughter, and his son was born in 2020.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely not as funny. Fucking step your game up. God, why aren't you selling out arenas yet?
Yeah, why isn't his daughter selling out arenas now?
But, like I said, this is where I'll end it.
7 years old, just like Mason.
We're crazy, right? Mm-hmm. We went to a birthday yesterday with Mason's supposed girlfriend.
Uh-oh.
Her name is Paisley.
Oh!
She's the cutest freaking thing.
If my name was Paisley, I would always wear Paisley.
Would you?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like a pattern. It's like when you see like those old bikers wear like that Paisley pattern with the like the little swirlies on it. I'll show it. Keep talking.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I'll show it to you though.
So we went there. They're having a good time. Mm-hmm. She comes up, And she's like, blah, 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 blah. And she's on these roller skates. Not roller blades, but roller skates. I always say roller skates are harder to do. Not roller blades. Oh, yeah. I know.
Paisley, baby.
Those are cool.
Yeah, those are cool.
She's over there just la-da-da-da-da, just talking away. I'm putting Riley's skates on. At the corner of my eye, I see the counter, and she goes, whoop.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, shit, what happened? She puts her hand up and goes, I'm okay.
Slides back.
It's the funniest thing ever. I laughed my ass off yesterday.
I miss
so
being
funny.
that indestructible as a child.
Oh, dude, don't you?
Or I could just like do anything. I was hitting the ground hard. I was like making these crazy leaps and doing stuff that I would think are scary now, and I'll be perfectly fine. If I tried to do something like that now, I would probably snap some shit up.
Dude, I told my son about a story about third grade. I don't know if I told you about this.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be really like known as the kid that was really good at sports. Like, hey, if you're gonna we're gonna play basketball, Kyle.
Yeah.
Hey, kickball, Kyle's got a leg. Come on, Kyle.
Oh yeah. Dicker the kicker.
Soccer, man. Who got snubbed this year for a Pro Bowl?
Who got
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
I was always good. I always had a great leg. I was really aggressive. Like, I did very well. Well, third grade, I had a teacher named Mr. Foreman.
Uh-oh. Foreman Grill.
I don't know why I think it's so funny. Anyways, his name was Steve Foreman.
Hell yeah.
And Mr. Foreman was really into soccer.
Okay.
And we would play soccer a lot at this school. This was Burbank Elementary School.
Shout out Burbank.
And I don't remember what exactly I did, but I was running. We would have PE one day, and he's running down the field, and I'm like, I'm gonna get that fucking ball. Like,
yeah,
I'm coming to get it.
Absolutely.
I was the only one. I beeline towards him, and I'm running side by side with him, trying to get him. You know, he'd stop, I'd stop. He'd stop, I'd stop. He'd cross back this way. I'd turn around, I'd go with him. Like, I was tracking him all over the place. Finally, I found my spot. We were running along these trees. Pretty far away from, probably like 10 feet away from him. And right down the out of bounds line. And I went for the ball. And I kind of slide tackled him. Man, I remember him going, like, dang it or damn it or something like that. And he was down. He's like, all right, kids, we're done. No more PE. Let's go back inside. End of the day. Next day, he comes back on crutches with a cast.
Oh.
I don't know what I did, but I hurt that man.
Wow.
And I told Mason about that because we were back there in the yard the other day. Probably Wednesday, Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, you broke your teacher's leg? Like, yeah. And he goes, oh, my God. So seeing that with kids, it's the coolest thing, seeing their reaction.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Definitely have kids.
That's what's up. I have been very adamant about not having kids personally. It's just not something I'm into want.
You can live vicariously through me.
Okay. But I do like asking that question. I want to know if someone who does have kids, not to be like, oh, you're a bad parent or whatever, if they say no.
You just want to know their
I just want to know. Yeah, I just want to know, like, would they do it again? Would they try it over again? Is it something that they didn't expect that happened that made them want it more or want it less? Stuff like that. I just want to know people's experience with kids because I know personally I'm never going to have them.
So, obviously, in the beginning, we tried.
Mm-hmm.
When we failed, we were like, we've got to try again. We can't just let this be it. That's it.
Yeah. And I commend that.
And she always wanted it. She's always been like, I want a softball team. And I'm like, you ain't fucking getting it. I'm doing 2 and I'm done.
Yeah.
But we had Mason. And when we had Mason, dude, it was just me, Kayla, Mason, and Thor, our dog at the time.
Yeah.
And we were content, dude, all the way until we got out here. I think we had him in 17. Yeah,
17.
17.
7, yeah.
Or 16. He turns 8.
I guess it depends on the month because of December. So
he turns 8 this year, at the end of this year.
Okay, so then
16?
Maybe near the end of 2016.
We'll say 16.
Yeah.
So all the way until 2019, end of 2019-ish.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 2020. So all the way until about 2020, it was like it was us 3.
Yeah.
You know, ended up getting rid of the dog. You know, it was me and Kayla and Mason. And then I don't know what happened, but she brought in a card or something? She made a card and put it on my PlayStation. Because I was always going there and playing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what is wrapped on my PlayStation? Like, what did you do? Why are you messing with it?
LOL.
I'm pregnant. I was waiting for that, but I would have laughed.
JK.
So then we had Riley, and then having one kid that's under 5
Mm-hmm.
or is 5, so whatever, and then having another one that's like brand new, and you're like, shit, we got to do this over again. Okay,
Yeah.
Well, where do we start from? Because then you realize the mistakes you made. You're like, okay, with this one, let's do this.
Yeah, exactly. Because you learn from past
Exactly.
issues. So it's like, oh, okay, we can do this now.
She just turned 3 in September.
Yep.
And
Talk about a ball of energy.
Oh, dude.
My God.
So now Kayla's like, hey, you want to sign up for softball? And she goes, no. And we're like, okay, well, you're not just going to sit at home and do nothing. You're going to get into something. I told her, both my kids are going to be competitive at something.
Paleontology.
I wouldn't care. I would not care at all.
Yeah.
It could be competitive bug collecting. It
Competitive
could be
chess.
Competitive chess.
Competitive puzzles.
Something.
Competitive photography.
Yeah. You know, fighting while you're taking pictures?
Fighting while you're taking pictures.
Competitive
paleontology. They're just stabbing each other with their pickaxes. I found a T-Mac.
So I said, I don't care. I don't care what it is. I don't want my kids just being deadbeat kids playing video games all day long. Not
You could be a developer.
True. But I want them to have experience in something.
Okay.
She has now said she wants to do cheerleading.
Ooh, okay. Competitive cheerleading.
So I am now officially going to be a cheerleading dad.
Nice.
And
I wanted to be out there just tackling the other teams, just like competitive cheerleading to the max.
Fuck your double front flip.
Yeah.
Ah! Midair hits her legs. Just puts her flat on her shoulders.
You have a daughter that's just constantly getting locked up.
What'd you do this time? I tackled another one.
Chili with a rap sheet.
But no, she wants her to do softball. Mason wants to keep doing football. I mean,
cool.
It's
sports family, baby. With a kicker for a father and a softball coach for a mom.
Yeah. And I don't know. And she's now on the board for the Texans.
Oh, she's on the board
for the Georgetown Texans.
That's what I'm talking about.
She's
Hook 'em.
secretary. I don't know if it's hook 'em.
I'm just making stuff up. I don't know. I'm just coming up with like Texas.
Do like this or like
timeout. Oh, it's a T. I thought you were calling time. I thought you were calling timeout.
I'm like timeout. Timeout what?
Timeout.
Yeah, dude. I don't know.
I love it.
I just said I always tell them, I'm like, you guys have to do something to pay my bills when you grow up. That's all I'm saying.
You just want them to take care of you.
Yeah, that's it. So.
What a father.
Definitely, if you can afford it, do it. It's an experience.
Okay.
I don't know how people... Dude, I could keep going on this subject, honestly. I don't know how much you want me to keep going.
I mean, what we got is good. But I really just want you to speak freely.
Oh, well, in that case...
Remember, our list is a reference. We don't have to go directly. Yeah.
Okay, this is where I'm ending it, right here.
Okay.
How do I say it? Fuck dads that don't want to be there and moms that don't want to be there.
Okay.
Fuck those kind of parents.
Yeah, I agree.
I hate that shit.
Yeah.
You're the one that made the mistake of sleeping with someone, did whatever.
Yeah.
That's your problem. That's not that kid's problem.
Yeah.
Fuck those absentee parents.
Yeah, because let's not even talk about like not having the sex, because that's where people are going to do that.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be whatever.
It's going to happen regardless.
I don't care about the sex.
No.
But let's say you find out that you're having a child. Now, there are things you can do to not have the kid. Mm-hmm. You could take that route. Let's say if you do that, you want to make sure that you take the measures to get that it's
done. An option.
It's an option. Now, if you go through with the pregnancy, that's where I think it's really disgusting, because you could have just not had the kid.
Oh yeah.
For you to now you're going to step out and not be there. So here's my thing: So after you've carried the kid to term, and then you've decided that you're gonna have the kid, there are options after you have the kid.
Oh, there's plenty of options.
There's so many options after you have the child. So I just don't understand why you've gone through the process of carrying the child to term, having going through childbirth, and then you're not gonna want to be there. It's like you had so many options during, before, and after. It's like, why do you just say I'm out? I don't get that.
This is
where
that's
the type of mentality I don't think I'll ever understand.
And I'm gonna say it. I don't give a shit. I mean, it's her business, but this piece of shit should have known better.
Yeah.
Amber's baby daddy, Kayla's sister. His name is James. He has not called the past 2-3 years to say happy birthday.
Wow.
This past Christmas, which it didn't really affect me as much as it did Tim and Brandon.
Okay.
Tim is Kayla's dad, Brandon is her brother.
Mm-hmm.
But we all got a coffee cup and a note that said, would you be my... Oh, God. Would you be my... Damn it. What did he say? Basically, would you help raise me? Would you be my dad?
I'd be your dad.
Stop it. Stop it right now. That's a different story.
I would care for you, baby Kyle.
I know you would.
I would love to carry you when you were a baby.
I bet you would.
Just like to hold you.
It's like,
oh, that's a little Kyle.
We're going to do a podcast.
Yeah.
You little shit.
I'll see you in the future.
See you in the future.
That's a cool photo.
It's really cool. It's like somebody's underneath to the left of the waterfall.
And then you got like a little either
Is
bird
an
or
eagle
drone.
or something like that.
Might be a crane. Yeah.
See, like that. Like, that's probably a father and son or a father and daughter or something like that right there. Like,
dope. Oh, yeah, it does look like a little kid.
That is the sickest shit.
You know what?
Showing kids that shit?
I'm going to look that photo up. What's his name?
Greg Rafferty.
Greg Rafferty.
So,
shout out Greg Rafferty.
On the subject, too. Look at that. Yeah. So, he has not been a dad.
Okay.
He's been a horrible absentee father. He could have been around. He decided to not be around. He actually moved somewhere else and then ended up moving to Alaska. So, like, I think he moved to, like, the Midwest somewhere.
Okay.
And then moved to Alaska. And the guy's got money.
Alaska, of all places.
I don't know. Wow, look at that one, too.
Oh, wow.
The colorful building.
Carolyn Chu.
Cool. But I've already basically been raising this kid. So when we got this thing, he said, like, world's best dad on the coffee cup and all that.
Uh-huh.
And so Tim and Brandon are both crying about it. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, and this is me being honest. I'm like, I've already been doing this.
Yeah.
I mean, thanks for the coffee cup, but I've already been doing this.
Exactly.
He wants to change his last name. This kid is 8 years old.
Uh-huh.
Wants to change his last name to Lane.
Okay.
Obviously, his mom, that side of the family.
Yeah.
Wants no contact with his dad ever again.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember the other thing he said. But I told him, I was like, bro, I'll treat you like my kids. That's fine.
Yeah.
But you're going to listen to me. You're going to listen to that other woman over there. You're going to do exactly what I tell you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get in trouble at school, I'm punishing you the way I would punish my kids.
Mm-hmm.
I laid it out there for him.
Yeah.
And since he's been at school this past week, model student.
Wow.
So, because before, I guess he was getting kicked out of class. He was throwing stuff. He got into trouble the other day saying, before the break, saying bitches get stitches and throwing, grabbed some kid by his hair, was punching the shit out of him.
Wow.
Some girl came over. He grabbed her hair, started punching the shit out of her. And then teachers were coming over to get him, and he was throwing rocks at the teachers. Like bad student
That's
stuff,
wild.
right?
Yeah.
This time, they were like, whoa, what happened over break?
Yeah.
And we think it's the frustration from his dad.
Interesting.
So
it could be.
Fuck you, James. You suck. I hope you never have kids again because nobody deserves to be your kid.
I hope that the same fate that I wish upon those people who put up the fake T-Rex sound happens to him. I hope he never finds love.
Oh, yeah.
I hope anything he does never succeeds.
Yeah.
And I hope that you go with the nano tyrannis into the dust. I hope that they discover and come to their senses that nano tyrannis is not its own species, and they completely forget about you.
Damn.
That's how I feel.
Same.
But
now,
go ahead.
Oh no! I was gonna go.
Well,
Last subject.
I was just gonna say that
To finish off the parent thing.
yeah, because I think that to raise a child, it takes a village. And I think that raising children the way they used to do back in the day, and I hate saying back in the day, but this was even before I was born.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it used to be a communal thing.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't have to just depend on your mother and your father. You depended on your aunties and your uncles and your grandparents and people like that. Like, the entire family raised a child.
Yeah.
And I wish that the world was a way where that was possible again. Things are a lot different now, and there's a lot of issues that prevent that. I hope that there is some way that as a society we can get back to the family and the community raising kids again, because it doesn't just take the immediate family. It takes friends and people like that.
I agree. We had that kind of at the church that we were at when Mason was born.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody kind of, brought us gifts and helped out with that whole thing. And
for sure.
I definitely believe that's something that should come back. And I mean, even in small towns, I mean, I just watched a video, you speaking about that actually. I just watched a video when I got here before we started. Some girl had a kid and they were like, look at my little village bringing stuff to help me raise my kid. I mean,
exactly.
It was, 20 people on different days bringing stuff, like different people.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know if, how well they know each other or how well they know this person.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's definitely cool having family help out where the family is. Like, especially, like, and I'll say it on here, too. I miss having Kayla's brother around.
Okay.
He definitely puts kids, I don't want to say in their place, but, like, in a place where they know, hey, I screwed up.
Mm-hmm.
I see that now.
Yeah.
And, everybody's got their same way or a different way of doing discipline and all that. But you know what? As long as the kid gets it and you're not just constantly screaming at them.
Yeah.
Get down to their level and do their thing,
Because they have little brains. They need to understand things. And that's why I feel like communication is such a good way of doing things. I think Kiara would be a great mom, even though she doesn't want to be. But she works with kids, and she knows how to talk with the child and not belittle them or talk down to them. It's not that they're dumb.
Yes.
They just don't know.
See, that's what Kayla does the same thing.
Yeah.
She works with kids all day, and she's like, okay, what could you have done?
Yeah. Yeah, they just have little brains. That's it. They're not stupid.
So definitely having other people help raise kids. I do. Yes. I do believe in it.
I would challenge. You know what? I'm going to end this episode.
Oh, you want to talk about living off the grid?
We're going to talk about that later.
Okay.
But I'm going to end this episode by saying this, because I think this is a really good thing to end on. If you do not know your neighbor, I challenge you to meet your neighbor.
Yeah, I second that, dude.
Yeah, because I think everyone should at least know, like, I know that person. And I know this? I know them. I know the family that's next to me.
Oh, shit. I'm challenging
They make a lot of noise, but I know them.
I'm challenging you.
Like, I met them. I had to
know
meet
these
them.
two?
These people over here, these two, no.
I'm challenging
I gotta meet them.
Challenging you.
Wait, does somebody live? Somebody probably lives there. I'll find out, I guess. But I know that person enough to...
On the left at the end, I think someone lives there. I don't know about that one.
Okay. And I know that a person lives right across from me. I met her once and just said, hi, I live here. And then we know each other on that basis. The family before her, I knew them even more. Because I knocked on their door and I was like... I was drinking some wine with a friend who came from Indiana.
I was fucked up.
Well,
Y'all want a party?
Somebody from Indiana came to visit me, and we had some wine, and it had a cork on it, and I was like, I don't want to go buy
No.
an
Just for
opener.
that.
Yeah, so
You
I'll
don't
just
have wine here very often. Do
no,
you?
not often. So I went so I went across from me. I was like, "Is it possible that you guys have like a wine opener?" And they were like, "Yeah, of course. Like, you want to use it?" And I was like, "Sure." And that's how I met them.
It's like, no, I just want to look at it. Yes, give it
Yeah,
a
yeah. But that's how I met them. I knew their name. They knew where I lived. And that's how we met, like just on that basis of just like needing something.
Nice.
So I like to be able to go to my neighbors and say, hey, I need this thing. Do you have this thing? And then they can just provide it for me. So neither one of us has to just go out and spend money that we're going to use just once. So I challenge people to like meet their neighbors, know their neighbors. Maybe you get like a nice little basket out of it. Maybe you give them some treats. Maybe they give you some treats. Maybe they give you the shirt off their back. And maybe they give you some power if you need it. Because I got 2 little solar generators. If somebody needs power, or if somebody has to come down to me to get it, or whatever the case may be, I got it.
Dude.
And I think that's just really good to like know your community at least a little bit.
Meeting your neighbors, it is very awkward.
Mm-hmm.
I got lucky when we were moving into the Gerald house.
Yeah.
I saw one lady, the lady on the right of us. We thought she was going to be a Karen. I was like, oh, fuck, here we go. You know?
What, did she have like a bowl haircut?
She had very short hair. And we were like, she's a white woman, older. I'm like, God damn it. And, you know, me being me, you know, I was in automotive, so I'm like, I'm going to have cars. Like, I don't know what's going to go on. Like, I don't want to deal with this
and
shit.
loud pipes save lives, baby.
Saves lives. But, you know, she turned out to be great. Even now, like, we're still getting stuff changed over, and, like, the people that bought our house are giving her the mail that we receive, and we go there, like, once a month or once every 2 months and grab it. But when we moved into that house, the day we moved in, we met our next door neighbors on the other side, who his name is Fernando.
Oh, okay.
Meeting Mexicans is awesome. I'm telling you this because
that's funny.
Usually if they have a big family, they have parties.
Well, you know, our number one fan's husband's name is Fernando.
Shout out Ferdinando.
Shout out Fernando.
I call him Ferdinando. She knows.
The name remember that ABBA song, Fernando? Fernando. It's like it's a good song.
I don't know if I know that one.
Yeah, it's from ABBA. You should watch. You should listen to it.
Yeah. But
it's a really good song.
So meeting that guy. We always were, you know, looking for stuff, and he would help us out, or if we needed a tool, he had it. There were times where I had made some dinner, just some leftover. It was like leftover chicken or something like that, and we made a lot for some reason. I don't remember what it was. And I was like, Mason, take it back and go bring it over there. Give it to him. All right, cool. Man, a couple months later, they had this big. I think they were having like a boxing match. Like I think it was what's that guy's name? That Canelo Alvarez. He was
Cinnamon.
fighting. And then out of nowhere, he brings over plates. He's like, "Hey man, I brought you some dinner," and I'm like,
"Hey,
fuck yeah!"
That's what I'm talking about.
So it was like a mutual thing.
Absolutely,
we would give them stuff. He'd bring it to us. I mean, you get those kind of neighbors, man. Y'all are set. Yeah. So meet your neighbors.
Meet your neighbors. And while we're on the topic of our number one fan, next time you meet her, ask her about Christmas ham.
Christmas ham. Next time I meet her. Well, I tried to yell at her on Friday, but she kept walking away. So.
Okay. Well, if you see her again, try to remember to ask her about the Fernando's Christmas ham.
Christmas ham. Is it a Mexican thing?
No, it's really funny.
Damn. Okay.
She'll
she'll
show you the pictures.
He fucked up.
Not really.
Oh no.
It's really goofy.
Okay.
But
right.
But on that note, remember to like, share, follow, subscribe, rate, and comment. This has been the Itchy Sweater Podcast. Podcast?
Podcast.